This is topic B on page 15, creating and saving Word documents.
You've opened and examined documents created by others, but of course Word is more than just a document reader. It's a comprehensive document authoring tool. You can use Word to create a wide variety of documents, from simple letters to complex documentation manuals, complete with graphics, tables, and all sorts of formatted text. You typically begin by creating and saving a new document. When you start a new document, Word prompts you to select a template, which provides a set of predefined styles and settings for a particular type of document, such as a business letter, calendar, newsletter, and so forth. You can start with a simple blank document and provide your own formatting styles and settings from scratch. To create a new document, we would go up to our File tab, and remember this opens our Backstage view. And from our Backstage view, we would select New. Sorry, I had to get rid of that thumbnail image. On our new screen, we'll get into templates in another section, which is just a pre-formatted document where you can just fill in your information, but all the formatting is set up. We'll have a whole section on those. Right now, I'm just going to show you how to create a new blank document. So from this new screen, you would click in the blank document box, just single click, and you're starting with a new document, no formatting, nothing like that, and you can start from scratch. You can see I still have my previous document of chapter 1 open. I can hover over my Word icon on my taskbar and I'd see two different thumbnails, and I can click back and forth between the two. So the original one did not close, it's just not maximized on screen right now. All right, so that's how you go about creating a new document. And when you type text in Word, the application automatically wraps text to fit the available space. Text you type is added at your insertion point. Your insertion point, yours may be blinking on screen. Mine seems to say stagnant. But you see that little line right before the paragraph mark? That's your insertion point. And if I was to start typing, you can see the text will begin where that insertion point is. When the insertion point reaches the end of the available space for a line, it will automatically move to the next line so that text flows into the available space. So if I was typing, and I get to the end of my page, you can see it automatically wraps to the next line. Okay, you don't have to press enter or anything. We know that it automatically wraps for us. If you have text in another file, such as a text file or another Word document, you can import that text directly into your document by using the Text from File command on the Insert tab. So if you were working with Word in Geometrics, you probably saw a lot of questions about that. Insert text from the document, brainstorming or something like that. You put your cursor where you want to insert the text. Go up to your Insert tab. In your text command group, you would want to select the Object drop-down arrow. Don't select the Object command, select the drop-down arrow, and here we have the option Text from File. And then you would navigate to where that file is located that you want to take the text from. So I don't know what the example file is here, but I'm going to choose it. I'm going to choose Example and click Insert. It took the text that was in that document and put it in my brand new blank document. So just stole the text from one document, placed it where my insertion point is. Still in that original document, it's just been kind of copied and pasted into this one. All right, next thing we're going to take a look at, let me turn this off real quick, is our autocorrect option. As its name implies, Word's autocorrect feature automatically corrects typos and misspelled words as you type. So some common ones, if I was to type ADN and hit the space bar, automatically not only corrects the spelling to and, you can see it automatically capitalized it as well because it thinks I'm starting a brand new sentence. Another common one, if I did TEH, as soon as I hit my space bar, corrects it to the word the. You can customize your autocorrect options. If I go up to File, down to Options, select my Proofing tab, and here I have my autocorrect options button. This whole entire list at the bottom here, this is what you would type, and this is what Word would replace it with. So you even have like different punctuation marks that will insert different emoticons, or emojis as we call them in today's day and age. But you can see ABBOUT. Word is automatically going to correct it with the word about. So you can pretty much put anything in autocorrect. Maybe you have a big long company name or something like that, and you don't feel like typing it out all the time when you're writing up documents. You can make an acronym. So just for instance, maybe I did BPCT. And every time I type BPCT, I want to replace it with Bar PC Training. So I only have to type 4 letters, but it's going to write the whole company name out. I'm going to add that to my list and click OK out of all my dialog boxes. Now I do BPCT space. You can see automatically corrected it for me. BPCT, but as soon as I hit that space bar, autocorrect kicks in. So again, if you have like a long organization, any kind of name that you don't feel like typing all the time, even your own name, maybe you have a long first and last name and you don't feel like typing it. You want to, use speed to your advantage here. I think I may have already added mine. I'm not sure. If I do EG space, no, I don't have that in there. But I can go into my options box, proofing, autocorrect, replace EG. I do have it in there, maybe because I didn't use caps. Let's try it again. EG in caps, space. There we go. Typed out my whole name for me. So use it to your advantage to, save time in your documents. All right, our save options. When you first create a new document, it is contained only within memory, not in a storage file. After you have spent some time typing and formatting within your document, you want to save your work to a file. By committing your work to a file, you ensure that it will last beyond your current work session and will provide a means for you to share your document with others. The 2 basic options for saving a Word document are Save and Save As. You can access these options from your File tab. Your Save As option saves your document to a file, enabling you to provide a file name, storage location, and file type. So if I did File Save As, I could choose my, whatever folder I want, or I could hit my Browse button and I could navigate to where I wanted to save that file. So I pick a location, and I also want to choose a file name. So maybe I did example 2 for this. Click Save. Now my title bar shows example 2. Now if I was to add any text here, we'll do today's date. Now, I already saved this file to a location with a name, but now I added additional text. Now I only have to do Save because I'm just updating to the current file and location. So hit Save. Don't have to choose a location. Don't have to choose a file name. All right, so those are the 2 differences there. All right, our formatting marks. Our formatting marks are non-printing characters that you enter within your text to control the document structure, such as spaces, tabs, and paragraphs and line breaks. It's generally helpful to see these marks as you create a document, but at times they can be distracting. You can turn the display of formatting marks on or off by selecting the Show Hide button. And your Show Hide button is located on your Home tab. In your Paragraphs command group, here we have the Show Hide button, which looks like a little paragraph mark. If I click on that, it activates. and it will show all of my formatting marks, which are non-printing characters, in my document. You can see this paragraph marker. This is where I hit enter. I hit enter after the paragraph, move to a new line, enter, enter. You can see in between words, I have a little dot there. That's a space. It's not going to print like that, but it shows you, what characters have been entered there. Another non-printing character, let me hit enter a few times, your tab key. You can see I get a little right pointing arrow there. If I did my name and I did shift and enter, this is what we call a line break. It's kind of like a little downward left pointing arrow there. Let me zoom in a bit. That causes a line break. It's still considered the same paragraph, and you can see the spacing is much less than if I were to hit enter. So a line break, less spacing, and it's like for address blocks and stuff like that. So you can see if I hit shift and enter, it keeps it together. Okay, so that's another example of a non-printing character. All right, so you'll see some of these in your next activity, activity 1-2 on page 21.
That's going to be activity 1-2 on page 18.